Okay, so there was one thing I wanted to check before we got started here. You know, the last time we played, right, I was looking at these channels. I was looking at these channels here. You can listen to music, apparently. And then I saw this thing. Mr. Edogawa's TV Classroom. Now, Mr. Edogawa was from Persona 3, which we played last year. And I always enjoyed listening to his lectures because he always went off on this random stuff, like occult stuff and magic and all of this stuff, and it was just interesting. So I don't know what this is. Is this like a video? Is this like animated, or is it like, I don't know what this is. So I want to check this out. What are shadows and personas? So let's check it out and see before we jump into the game again. Or load our save, rather.
Mr. Edogawa's TV Classroom.
Oh my god, it's actually him. This is hilarious. I think the music might be a little bit low. But I don't know. I'll judge it the next time I record something. Hello there, everyone. It's time for Mr. Edogawa's TV Classroom. I like how he's modeled again. This lecture is for those distinguished enough to tune in. I'm your lector, Mr. Edogawa of Gekkokan High. Eehee. Ah, he still says that. You might be surprised to know that my day job is as a school nurse. That's true. Usually the students ask me about their health. Sometimes I get questions like this. Mr. Edogawa, what are personas and shadows? Apparently I have them inside me. It was quite a shock to learn that there are students that diligent out there. After all, not many children would come to me asking about personas and shadows. From a Jungian psychology? I don't know. I don't think I pronounced that properly. It was due to those such requests that I decided to start the show Mr. Edogawa's TV Classroom. So we're gonna have like 10 episodes of this. Lecture will cover Jumanji's psychology, so you too can learn about personas and shadows. I call it Everyone Loves Psychology. Let's study the science of the human mind that Dr. Jung built. Today's lesson is the first installment. What are shadows and personas? Alright, let's get started. Palas, Aran, Azanamas. Persona shadows. Now, I mentioned this already, but persona and shadows are terms used in the Jungian psychology. These terms are used to describe the workings of the human mind. But what exactly are personas and shadows? Another you lurking in your mind. According to Jung, there are other yous inside yourself. To start with the persona, it is the other you that comes out when you interact with others. Think about it. When you talk to someone, is that the real you? Or was it the you that the person you were talking to was expecting? Or the you that you want people to see? Either of those yous are a persona. Personas are like masks. They connect you to the outside world by acting as the medium through which you present yourself. That sounds like a helpful other you, doesn't it? Personas are there when you need them. But shadows, though, they are the other you that you reject. A good way to think about them is the you that you don't want to be and don't think of as yourself. Shadows are just that, shadows. They are the side of you that is kept locked away in your mind as evil. Sounds like a scary other you, eh? It appears that you need to handle shadows with care. Now, personas and shadows are both other yous that you usually aren't aware of. So then why aren't you aware of them? It's because they lurk deep inside your mind, in your unconscious. The unconscious is the source of personas and shadows, and the foundation of Jungian psychology. It's important to understand, so let's take a closer look at this unconscious. Oh geez, are we just gonna do all 10 lessons right now? Wasn't expecting this. The term was originally derived from psychology. It may be hard for you to imagine since the word is now used in everyday conversation. There is a domain in all of our minds that we typically are unaware of. This is known as the unconscious. And the unconscious is the source of the mind's activity. So you, and yes, even you, all have an unconscious deep within your mind, separate from the unconscious mind you're aware of. The unconscious is said to be likely much bigger than the conscious mind too, like the part of an iceberg that's underwater. You can say that J psychology began by elucidating the vast unconscious. Are you all listening? Are you still conscious? The unconscious, hidden deep inside your mind, is in the realm that you cannot explore. That power, the power to change yourself lies. Whose power are the same other yous inside your mind, the persona and shadows that I was just talking about. The other yous live in the unconscious, lying in wait for the chance to make it out of to the conscious mind. Who are they really, and how should you go about handling them? These are the concepts I'll be introducing to you. Make sure to tune in. Oh, I thought we were done. So far, you've covered the existence of the unconscious inside your mind, as well as the other yous known as personas and shadows which live there. And let me add one thing to that. An important secret about the unconscious. This gets to the heart of the truth of your mind and the truth of the world. The unconscious within your mind is actually not just yours. Human minds are all connected, transcending space and time. In other words, man's unconscious is shared. Ah, did I forget to mention that this show will involve viewer participation every so often? If you see a selection on the screen, use the buttons in front of you to make your choice now that I've explained. Man's unconscious is shared. That's amazing. So these are, he's not quizzing me. He's not quizzing me at all. Reacting to the otherworldly with pure surprise, I'd say that you were made for the world of the occult. So is man's unconscious really shared? Have you ever noticed that no matter what the era or location, man tends to have certain sensitivities? Based on thorough, painstaking research, Jung suggested that man's unconscious is indeed shared. If Jung was alive today, he might say something like, the human mind isn't an isolated terminal, it's networked. And that network is known as the collective unconscious. The original German phrase is Kollektives Unbewusstes. In case you were wondering, yeah, I don't know. Where's Liver when I need him? Now the other use, the persona and shadows. To tell you the truth, they are deeply tied to this collective unconscious. I'll explain this term more later, but they are archetypes, images born from the collective unconscious. It's starting to become quite a handful, isn't it? Yes, it is. I'm already lost. Speak English, you egghead. I can hear the screams from your heart. By the time my lecture comes to a close, you'll no doubt be saying, that was so collectively unconscious. Let's review a little, shall we? Use the buttons to answer. Are you ready? I shall ask thee. The hidden you within your mind. What is the part of the mind where it dwells called? The unconscious? Very good. You passed that with ease. Okay, good. That was the most basic level lesson. Let's keep going and deepen our understanding. Nope, it's time. We gotta go. Now then, looks like our time is up. Next time we'll dig a little deeper into the unconscious we talked about today. That's it for today. Okay. Da, da, da. So I guess the more that you play, then it'll get unlocked. Because I don't see anything changed here. Yeah, it looks like there's definitely more. You can go down into the channel here. That's kind of cool. We'll have to check back every once in a while and do that. And I'm guessing all this stuff has... Jesus, where am I at? What is this? This time we're spinning the hits engraved in your heart. Music. So I guess these are like playlists or something? These are all the battle music. This is all of the... I don't know. I don't know! Anyways. Let's start, shall we?